Go YouTube, it's your boy Uber Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So I want to get this straight, man. I want to start this off right from the beginning. I want to say that, you know, this in no way, shape, or form give people the right to come on the brothers' channels, you know, the whole LDBC or new media, man, and try to pin one against another, you know, because that shit ain't happening. So I want to get that out the way immediately, because in this situation, everybody will start choosing sides, trying to, you know, go on one channel, bashing this. Listen, this ain't the green light to go bashing the brothers on my channel or anybody else's channel, whoever channel you go on, whoever side you favor, whether you favor Crawford, whether you know, favor Spence, you know, coming on the channel and bashing the other brothers, man. That's not a green light for that bullshit. So I just want to get that out the way immediately, right? With that being said, man, I want to talk about this Terence Crawford, Errol Spence situation, man, because it's running rampant right now. You know, it's going viral, man. It's running rampant, you know, ever since Terence Crawford won the fight against Jeff Horn the other night, Saturday night, man. But I just want to let this be known, man, that your boy Blue, I picked Terence Crawford way before the Jeff Horn fight. Go check out my videos about this. I've been picked Terence Crawford to edge out the situation. Due to boxing ability, you know what I mean? And I see a lot of brothers choosing Errol Spence due to power, due to body work, right? Listen, we all watch the sport of boxing. We all know the sport of boxing. We got to understand one thing, right? You got to be committed to the body, and your opponent got to, in some way, shape, or form, he has to be submissive to that. And what I mean by that is this, is that he gives you those opportunities. There's nothing in return fire that's going to make you respect him and make you commit to those body works, because when you commit to body works, it leaves you vulnerable upstairs. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you don't respect the person's power to a certain degree, you don't feel like they can hurt you, they can knock you out, or their counter shots are not sharp enough or not accurate enough, then you know, you could commit to those body works. We've seen in the Errol Spence fight, another thing that we use comparisons. I saw the brother Fanon joint, and he was saying that he gonna break Terence Crawford ribs and whatnot, and he didn't say definitely, but he was saying it's possible that he could break Terence Crawford ribs, and he said that it could look a lot like Tito Trinidad versus Pernell Whitaker, or it could look like Floyd Mayweather in reverse against Diego Corrales. I disagree with you, bro, and this is why. In order for him, Errol Spence, see, when Errol Spence level of competition, when he was giving out that body work outside of Kell Brook, allowed that. Okay, Chris Algieri, who was, when you're saying in comparisons to Terence Crawford's style, Chris Algieri doesn't have the level of IQ or power or accuracy. Yes, he mimics Terence Crawford's movement in the ring, but he doesn't have the pinpoint accuracy. He doesn't have the power, and he doesn't have the IQ of a Terence Crawford. Now we have to understand that accuracy along with IQ and speed equals power. Okay, that's what we're missing. Does Errol Spence have more power than Terence Crawford? Yes, Errol Spence does have more sit-down power than Terence Crawford. But if we're going to use that narrative, a lot of people have more power than Floyd Mayweather. But Floyd Mayweather, we didn't see a lot of people with a handful of fighters that Floyd Mayweather fought. Maybe Madonna, Cotto. Outside of that, we didn't see Castillo, the first one, that keep treading forward, right? That was due to the accuracy and the speed, which equals power, because you're getting hit with shit you don't see consistently and accurately along with the movement, along with you getting tired and moving around trying to cut the ring off with him, that equals to a low output on your end. And another thing is we have to understand that Terence Crawford has faced more fighters that may favor the style of Errol Spence than Errol Spence have seen of Terence Crawford. I'm not saying that those fighters are Errol Spence. Don't get my words twisted. I'm saying the level, the style of Errol Spence. Terence Crawford has somewhat seen that style with fighters who are higher caliber than the fighters that Errol Spence has faced that mimic the style of Terence Crawford. Example, Chris Algieri, right? You would compare Chris Algieri's style to Terence Crawford, right? Slick boxer, mover, right? But we've seen Terence Crawford in there with a Victor Post style, who's at their respective weight classes is a higher caliber of a fighter than Chris Algieri at 147. Victor Post style at 140 is a higher caliber fighter at his weight than Chris Algieri is at his. So when you compare the two, you know, he's faced a higher caliber of a fighter with a style of a come forward pressure boxer puncher style. Not saying that Victor Post style is Errol Spence. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that in terms of Terence Crawford being in the ring with somebody who's a pressure power puncher, right? Victor Post style is a boxer puncher who's a pressure fighter. We saw him make Lucas Matisse quit, who's a power puncher, right? Who's an action-packed puncher. Now, we've seen Errol Spence in the ring with Kell Brook, right? Now, Kell Brook arguably was winning that fight. So this is what it boils down to me. And I like both fighters. There's no way, shape, or form a knock against Errol Spence. But when I'm saying who's going to win, who I would favor in the fight, this is why. I have more confidence in Terence Crawford making adjustments to Errol Spence's style and what Errol Spence is having success with than I do of Errol Spence making adjustments with the situation in the ring with Terence Crawford, right? I would favor Errol Spence. That's what it boils down to me. That Terence Crawford would be better suited to make adjustments to the style and the issues that he's having in the ring with Errol Spence, opposed to Errol Spence making those adjustments with Terence Crawford. And I know a lot of brothers said yesterday that we seen Errol Spence make adjustments. No, we haven't. No, we haven't. Let's stop that right then and there. Let's stop that nonsense. No, we never seen Errol Spence make adjustments. For one, he's never had to make adjustments. So how could we possibly see him make adjustments? And the one fight that he did face adversity in, which is the Kell Brook fight, he did not make adjustments. He didn't make adjustments in that fight. What he did do in that fight was consistently do what he does, which is break down his opponent. He puts a lot of pressure on you, he cuts off the ring, and he breaks you down. But what we did see in that fight is that when Kell Brook was letting his hands go, throwing combinations, Errol Spence would go into a shell. Now, has he learned from that situation? Yes, I would say so. But when did we see him in the ring facing adversity to say that he has definitely learned from the situation? Because I know some of the brothers threw out Lamont Peterson. We can't throw out Lamont Peterson. Lamont Peterson came in there with an absolute D-level game plan to face the caliber fighter Errol Spence. And don't get this twisted. Let's not get this video twisted. Errol Spence will beat the dog shit, walk down everybody at 147. Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman. At one point, I even thought that Keith Thurman would be able to beat Errol Spence because of his boxing ability, his movement, his ability to stay away, right? I don't think that anymore. I think Keith Thurman let his time pass, let his opportunity pass, where Errol Spence may have been a little bit green and may have been able to edge it out, but I think that time has passed. I think he's learned, and I think that he'll definitely just keep pressuring Keith Thurman until he gets him out of there. As well as we see Keith Thurman has an issue with body work. So, with that being said, we never seen Errol Spence make adjustments because he never had to make the adjustments except for the Kell Brook fight. I'll say this again. The Kell Brook fight is the only fight that we saw him have to make adjustments, and he did not make adjustments in that fight. I'll say it again. He did not make adjustments in that fight. Okay? He kept doing what he had to do. And what eventually happened was a shot got through. One of his shots got through. He broke Kell Brook's eye socket, and Kell Brook started retreating. He started retreating. Go watch the fight again. He started retreating. He wasn't no longer coming forward, right? And with that said, Errol Spence did what he normally does. He kept the pressure on. He kept walking forward. He kept treading forward. He kept the pressure on. Then with Kell Brook eye socket, him having to consistently cover up his eye and protect his eye, it left his body vulnerable. So Errol Spence, being the exceptional body puncher that he is, you have to use one-dimensional now because you have to consistently cover your eye and try to save it from being protected. You got to keep both hands up to protect. You become predictable because you got to keep your hand up to protect that eye. So now Errol Spence, being an exceptional body puncher because he's a great fighter, he target the body. What could Kell Brook do? You know, he got to put his hands down and protect his body, but then he's going to come up top. He has a vulnerability up here. He has an injury. Now he's going to target that injury. It put him in the no man land. Now this is no fault to Errol Spence because guess what? He did what he had to do, and he was the reason that injury occurred. So that's kudos to him. That's respect to him because that wasn't an injury. That wasn't an outside the ring injury or anything of that sort. That was an injury caused by Errol Spence. So that the props goes to him, definitely, right? But in that situation, he didn't make adjustments. He injured Kell Brook's eye and then allowed him to be. Kell Brook became one-dimensional. He became vulnerable. He became predictable and allowed Errol Spence to target the body. And then Kell Brook started retreating. He was no longer coming forward. Another thing is, Errol Spence likes to use a high guard a lot of times, right? Terence Crawford, he took this from Floyd Mayweather and from Andre Ward. He has a straight right to the solar plex, man, which gasses you out. Now, Errol Spence likes to keep his hands high. He has a high guard. Terence Crawford is very accurate. He would be the faster fighter in the ring. He would be the more agile fighter in the ring. He will have the. I don't want to disrespect Errol Spence to say he has the higher IQ, but he will have the higher boxing ability as a pure boxer. Terence Crawford is going to have that, and his straight jab to the solar plex is going to eventually bring Errol Spence's hands down. That's going to gas him. Tell me who has Errol Spence fought that has that weapon, because to my knowledge, right, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know too many fighters that uses that. Especially not to that degree. We've seen him use it. He hit Jeff Horn with it, and again, I'm gonna repeat this before I mention Jeff Horn. He hit Jeff Horn with it. Jeff Horn, I picked Terence Crawford to beat Errol Spence prior to the Jeff Horn fight, prior to him fighting Julius Indongo. So go back and check my victory, my videos. I'm not basing this off of the Jeff Horn fight. Go check my videos. I picked Terence Crawford to beat Errol Spence before he fought Julius Indongo. That was way before Jeff Horn. Okay, that was before Jeff Horn even beat Manny Pacquiao. So what that said is, there's Floyd Mayweather that uses that shot to a high degree and is very successful with it, and then there's Andre Ward. We seen what Andre Ward with that shot did to a fighter, a come forward pressure style fighter in Sergey Kovalev. That weapon that he used, that solar plex shot, that straight jab to the solar plex versus Sergey Kovalev proved to be a serious weapon in that fight, in both of those fights. It gassed Sergey Kovalev out. Now, I'm not saying Sergey Kovalev fitness and stamina, I'm not comparing it to Errol Spence. I'm not saying that it's on the level of Errol Spence. I'm not saying Errol Spence has body work issues and he's weak in the body, because I know people are twisted around and be like, oh, you're saying Errol Spence's body, he can't take it to the body like Sergey Kovalev. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that weapon proves to be very successful in gassing out your opponents. Terence Crawford uses it very effectively. That will work. That's going to work against Errol Spence. Errol Spence, who likes to use a high guard. at times will get tagged to the body. Okay, he will eventually throughout the fight, at some point in time, his hands are gonna come down. He's gonna start. Terence Crawford will start to feint that shot, and it's gonna make Errol Spence, you know, jump. He's gonna get Errol Spence off his spot. He's gonna stop Errol Spence from cutting off the ring because of this. Another thing, does Terence Crawford have the power that Errol Spence has? No, but he has respectable power, enough power with accuracy and speed to make Errol Spence respect him from coming forward. Okay, just like Kell Brook at times when he was landing shots. Respectfully, he had a point. There was points in that fight where Errol Spence was actually going backwards. And I'm not comparing Kell Brook to Terence Crawford because Kell Brook is obviously bigger than Terence Crawford. But there's some things that you could watch in the fight that Terence Crawford will be able to do to force Errol Spence to be on the back foot. That being the accurate shots to the solar plex. Once he starts landing an accurate shot to the solar plex, and see, everybody brings up Errol Spence's body work, but nobody brings up Terence Crawford's body work. Terence Crawford has a very, very good high body work count. Does he sit on his punches when he goes to the body like Errol Spence does? No, but it's like Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather's body attack was underrated due to the fact that people like to say he didn't have the power. But it had nothing to do with the power. It had a lot to do with the accuracy, the speed, and the timing. You understand? So the timing, the speed, the accuracy to the solar plex to Errol Spence will slow Errol Spence down. Trust me. He has enough power to make Errol Spence respect him. Okay? He has more power than Lamont Peterson. And his boxing ability is way higher than Lamont Peterson. Lamont Peterson's game plan was terrible. That's just the bottom line. Okay? Lamont Peterson's game plan in that fight was absolutely terrible. So with that said, man, I favor Terence Crawford to win the fight. This is not due to the Jeff Horn situation. This is due to the fact that I think that Terence Crawford has I give him the edge and the ability to make adjustments in the ring due to what's going on in the ring and what may not be going well with him in the ring. He'll make adjustments to what Errol Spence is doing. I give him a better chance to make the adjustments in the ring opposed to Errol Spence. And people are going to say, oh, but Errol Spence, he has the boxing ability. And another thing, we use the Floyd Mayweather sparring session. That's sparring. That's not an actual fight. I'm pretty sure Floyd Mayweather, if it was an actual fight, he would make adjustments that wouldn't take place in an actual fight. That was sparring. We seen a lot of fighters give Floyd Mayweather hell in sparring. That's not the first fighter. It's just the fact that everybody likes to pinpoint the fact that Errol Spence gave him a black eye. But that's not even the first time he gave him a black eye. We know that there's a rumor going around that he had trouble with Zab Judah. He had trouble with DeMarcus Corley. We saw Floyd Mayweather take big shots from DeMarcus Corley, who was a southpaw. So this is not nothing new. So let's stop using the Floyd Mayweather sparring session with Errol Spence as a reasoning that he would be able to cut the ring off, slow down, and just beat on Terence Crawford, because that's not going to happen. But that's just my thoughts, my opinions, man. I think that Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford is definitely the super fight. I picked Terence Crawford to win the fight, to edge it out. I'm not saying that he'll dog walk Errol Spence, and I'm not saying Errol Spence will dog walk him. It's still a 50-50 fight. Just giving my opinion on why I think that Terence Crawford will edge it out in a 50-50 fight, because I think that he has the more ability to make adjustments to what's not going right in the ring for him than what Errol Spence make the adjustments for what's not going right with him versus Terence Crawford. But that's all I got. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hey, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon, get all new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, man. Shout out to the whole LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Y'all already know what it is, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button, man. And this in no way, shape, and form gives anybody the right to come on my channel or any other brother's channel and bash the other brother. because this is not a green light for that shit. So don't think you can do it. It's your boy Blue, man. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know who y'all got in this situation. Errol, Spence, Terence, Crawford. That's all I got. Peace.